Can you use imperative verbs correctly in English? Have you ever wondered how to give clear commands or requests in English? Understanding imperative verbs can help you communicate effectively. So, can you use imperative verbs correctly in English? Absolutely. Let's break it down together. Imperative verbs are essential for giving commands, instructions, or requests. They form what we call imperative sentences. These verbs are always in the simple present tense and usually address the second person, which means the subject you is often implied. First, let's talk about their function. Imperative verbs direct someone to do something. For instance, when you say clean the kitchen, you are giving a command. You can also use them for requests like please share your recipe or for advice such as remember to finish your chores. Warnings also fall under this category like don't smoke here, and instructions can be as simple as look left. Next, consider the form of these verbs. The verb appears in its base form, which means you do not add an S at the end. For example, you would say sit down instead of sits down. The subject you is implied, so you do not need to say it. In negative imperatives, you use do not or the contraction don't followed by the base verb. For example, don't touch the stove. Now let's discuss mood. Imperative verbs belong to the imperative mood, which is one of the 3 grammatical moods in English. This mood is all about commanding or requesting action. When using imperative verbs, remember that the subject is always the implied you. You can also use reflexive pronouns like yourself for emphasis, as in help yourself. However, other pronouns, such as me or us, take the object form like help me or help us. Politeness matters too. You can soften your commands by adding please or turning them into questions. For example, please open the window sounds more polite than just open the window. Imperatives are common in everyday speech, especially among people who know each other well or when the speaker has authority. Lastly, let's touch on phonetics and pronunciation. Imperative verbs are pronounced as base verbs, often with a clear and direct tone. Stress usually falls on the verb itself. When you add please, the intonation becomes gentler. To use imperative verbs correctly, focus on the base verb form, omit the subject you, and match the verb to your intended tone, whether it is commanding, advising, or requesting. For example, you might say stop talking. For a command, take a deep breath for advice or please finish your homework for a request. By following these guidelines, you can effectively use imperative verbs in your English communication.